The layoff wave in America just keeps going and has no signs of slowing down. You have big companies like Workday or HubSpot announcing that they're going to be laying off between 4 to 8% of their entire workforce. That's like a few thousand people. That is actually a big number of employees that are going to be jobless, and they're going to be flooding the job market, making an already tough job market even tougher by increasing the supply of workers while keeping demand almost non-existent. So more people are going to be having a harder time finding a job. For instance, in this video, you're going to see cases of job applicants applying to thousands of job postings online, and they don't even get a response. I mean, the companies they're applying to don't even have the decency to tell them that they're rejected. No, in most of these cases, 90% of these cases, they just get no response whatsoever, completely ghosted. And they feel really defeated because they're trying hard, so hard, just applying to whichever job they could. And they're getting absolutely ignored, and they're not getting any job offers, and they don't know what to do. Keep watching.
I think I'm getting laid off today, which sucks. I work at one of the big 4 companies. I'm like drafting my thank you and farewell email. Like, should I include my TikTok handle? Because like, I'm about to drop a 4-part series.
People that are unemployed, what are we currently doing? I'm not gonna lie, I spend 90% of my day bed rotting on TikTok and the other 10% of my day eating. And that's basically it. That is literally all I do. My friends are all working 9 to 5s, they're all busy. My family are all working, and all I have is my 13-year-old dog. There she is. Surely there's other people out there that are having the same struggles as me, because it is so mentally draining. It is so demotivating. It's constantly dark outside, so I don't even want to go on a walk. My sleeping pattern is completely ruined. I literally wake up at 12 o'clock and think that that's normal when it's definitely not. Life's just doing a big decline because I'm just not that person. I'm such a workaholic. Like, I love working. I love being busy. I love having a routine. But what are the unemployed girlies doing? Seriously, because this is turning into a horror show.
I have a job interview tomorrow, and it's around 2 or 4. And I have been prepping for like the last 2 hours. I feel like I'm back in college studying for an exam. I literally am like taking notes front and back. There's like pages of notes. I've got my iPad open. Like, this job market is such a dumpster fire. I have never put this much prep in for interviews before. But like, I will not be caught off guard by any question they ask. I'm like running through the gambit. I honestly, I've been like in senior positions for a long time now, and it is crazy how bad it is out there. And it's crazy that I had to do this much work to make sure that I can move on to the next round.
So I'm going to go over the pros of being unemployed. So far I have a lot more time and patience for my kids. That's one. I have the time to take care of myself. That's 2. Like, look at me today. I'm glowing. I had the time to put myself together and look nice, and for it to not feel like a chore. Love that for me. 3, I have time to monetize my hobbies. I have time to do my hobbies, but I also have the time to monetize off of them. Like, this whole time I probably could have been making the same amount of money, to be honest. Like, there is no reason for me to be doing this. 4, I actually live at my house. Like, it's not just where I go to sleep. Like, I live there. Finally. And the biggest one is, like, my kids aren't being raised by somebody else. Like, they don't have those outside influences other than my kindergartner. Like, he has to go to school. I could do homeschooling, but that's too much. Like, let's get my life in order first before I think about anything like that. But, like, my toddler, she spends most of her life with somebody else. And that used to bother me. That bothers me so much. Like, why is she spending most of her life, most of her day by somebody else? But now I have the time to actually be a mom.
So I quit my job, and now I have 60 days to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Long story short, my job wasn't working out for me anymore, so I quit. And now I have nothing lined up for afterwards. So I'm on the journey to figure out what I really want to do and how it's actually going to fulfill me and make me feel like I'm living the life I want to. As fun and spontaneous as I love to be, I've never really taken a big risk like this, but I truly felt in my spirit that God was telling me to make this move. So here I am. And let me just say, he has already been moving, because the day I quit, literally, I found a few jobs I wanted to applied to them. 2 days later, I had 2 interviews. I haven't had an interview in like 8+ months. That was crazy. And even if I don't get those jobs, that is confirmation enough for me that this was a move I was supposed to make. So we'll see what else happens in these next few weeks.
I found out that I was getting laid off about a few days before I was supposed to go on vacation. And those few days before vacation, I really thought long and hard, shoot, am I supposed to cancel my vacation? Do I not go on vacation? I could save some money, because obviously you have to pay for vacation. And I thought long and hard on it for a whole day in between my sessions of crying from the news of getting let go. And I decided against it. I decided that, you know what, I already paid for the flight, I already paid for the Airbnb, and to just go for it, because I don't know the next time I'll be able to go on vacation. So to just take advantage of this beautiful, sunny San Diego vacation that I had planned a few months ago, because I've been cold. It's been snowing in Jersey, and I needed a quick getaway with my kids. Again, I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me, but it is raining, and it is so cold. It's about 50 degrees and drizzling right now, but I think it's gonna rain the rest of my time here. So again, universe, I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but I'm still going to enjoy my vacation. Do not take this away from me and my kids. I will take care of my stuff when I get back home, but just give me a few days, please.
I never thought I would lose my job right before Thanksgiving, let alone Christmas with my family coming and the pressure that that brings with it. But this week has been eye-opening to me. It's been hectic. It's been shocking. And I cannot believe that I'm unemployed right now. I do not share much about my job just because that is a part of my life that I keep very private, because it is a very important piece of my life. It has allowed me to reach heights in my life and to achieve things I never thought I'd be able to achieve growing up in Mississippi. And so to lose that over the weekend has been very crazy for me. I've watched it impact Connor and the way that he is just, worried about me. But I would be lying if I didn't say I was kind of scared right now. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't worried. I'm still trying to kind of figure it out day by day of what this is going to look like for me. I just went and picked up a new laptop because I have to get to work somehow. I have to figure out, for the first time in my life, what this is going to look like post-job. Whether I dive into this full time, to be honest, or whether I go back into corporate America in sales. I haven't figured it out. I don't know when I'm going to figure it out. I feel like I need to figure it out quickly because my health insurance ends at the end of this month. It is kind of hitting me really right in the stomach because I always worry about money. It's always on my mind. Being a young adult and always being worried about money has kind of forced me to think in dollar signs at all times. And so this is freaking me out. But I'm going to figure it out. I always do. I always land on my feet. And I think this is going to be a blessing in disguise further down the line that I cannot see. And I just want to say thank you for all of you for sticking along with me. And I promise we'll get through this together, and I'll keep you updated as much as I can along the way. But before I start crying, I'm going to hang this up. So I'll talk to you later.
What's up, fam? How you doing? Did you answer? Did you say you was better than amazing? All right. Hopefully you are. Let's get to it. As some of you know, I was laid off of my job for 18 years 2 weeks ago. And it's been a challenge, to say the least. But I had two of my other coworkers, ex-coworkers and friends, who reached out to me this morning, still trying to understand it all. You see, as some of you know, we worked in healthcare, and they own multiple clinics. There's probably 16 clinics, and we just opened a brand new clinic last year, and they're opening another clinic this year. And so my coworkers were like, they just threw us out like trash. Like literally, they could have offered us a front office position. They could have offered us a position in the billing department, whatever the case may be. But instead, they just threw us out like trash. And these co-workers, friends, were checking in just to see how each one of us were doing, because there were 7 of us that got let go in a 600 plus company. 2 of us that had seniority, me 18 years, my other friend, she was there for 15 years. And then the other friend, co-worker that got let go, she was there for 7 years. And so it just doesn't make sense. Is it fair? No. Does it make sense? No. Do we feel like they treated us like hot garbage? Absolutely. But in the midst of all that, I've had a chance to grieve. I've had a chance to be angry, upset, frustrated, not understand why. But what does it matter? Because what's done is done. All I can say and think is, karma is who karma is. And she shows up when she needs to show up. And I hope that you can sleep well at night knowing that you did what you did. And I hope that when you go to bed every night that you dream of a million roaches crawling all over your body, feasting off of the dead skin because you probably didn't take a bath or a shower or wash your body. But yeah, that's how I was feeling. I felt like I just wanted to go and just go poof, be gone. And so with that said, I just thought I'd get on here on Beyonce's internet and share a little bit. And like, if you've been laid off of your job of 10 plus years, let me know in the comments, how are you handling it? How is it recent? Did it just happen within a month or two? Or did it happen a year or two ago? How did the change in income, the change in your everyday routine, how did that affect you, and how are you getting over the hump? And with that said, have the most amazing day on purpose, with purpose. And remember to smile because it looks good on you. Okay? All right. Bye.
I'm meant to be an employee. I genuinely don't think I'm meant to be an employee because yes, hello, I'm the idiot that quit her almost 90K job in North Carolina, was able to afford a luxury apartment all by herself, lived by myself, and then quit said job, moved to New York, and is now working minimum wage at a coffee shop for $16.50 an hour. Why did I do that, you ask? Who knows? Actually, I know. I was miserable and burnt out, and being an auditor was just not for me, and I needed to get back to New York. Am I happier in New York? Yes. Am I poorer in New York? Also, yes. Such is life. So it's been 3 shifts so far at my new job. I thought I'd be a barista. I'm a glorified sandwich maker. No, I'm literally a sandwich maker. It's like a bagel shop, and I'm making sandwiches all day. Here's the thing. I've worked in the service industry ever since I could have a job. The only time I haven't worked in the service industry, specifically with food, was my first job as an intern at a law firm in New York City, and the past 2.5 years when I was in corporate doing auditing. First, I was an IT auditor at a Big 4 accounting firm. Then I was an internal auditor at a small bank. Working at the coffee shop feels better than corporate just because feels like what I do actually and I can talk to people. However, I forgot how irritating it is to my soul, and maybe it just became irritating to my soul, but the thought of telling someone, or even asking or telling another adult, hey, can I use the bathroom? I gotta go to the bathroom. And it's nobody's fault. I'm not mad at an individual person. They didn't make up, it's busy, it's a place, we need to let each other know if we're leaving. However, as a grown adult, having to share that with other grown adults doesn't feel good in my soul. I'm not meant to be an employee. I genuinely don't think I'm meant to be an employee, because having to tell other adults, having to ask permission to take time off, having to tell them that I'm gonna go pee, it doesn't sit right with my soul. Now, what is the game plan for Miss $16.50 an hour? This job should be enough to cover all my bills. How do I know that? Because I budget and tracked it. I have the tracker in my linked in my bio, so I know what my bills are, and they should be in and around anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month, depending on how frivolous I am with my spending. I need to get rich by yesterday though, because I don't like not having money. I was making about $4,200 a month. The plan is to replace that salary, at least make $5,000 a month through social media. By when? By June. By the time my lease is up. I'm re-signing, but by the time my lease is up in June, Do I think I made the wrong decision? No, I don't. Do I regret making the decision? No, I don't. Do I like making this amount of money? No, I don't. Do I like the job? I like it more than auditing. I wish I was making coffee. I'm applying to other jobs still, and I am going to contact bars because I actually really just want to be a bartender. I want to just talk to drunk people and give them little drinky drinks and make little tips. I think. I don't know. I don't like being 24, but I hated being 23. I know that this is the right path. I feel good in my choices. I don't enjoy working per se, but I'll do it. And I wish, when I make it, not if, when I make it, I wish somebody would say that I didn't deserve it, nor that I didn't work for this. I'm over here throwing out garbage again. I'm out here throwing out garbage, making sandwiches for people. When I make it though, it's gonna feel so good. But right now, I need a nap. Anyways, I'm Brownie, your professional older sister. I'm making all of the mistakes so that hopefully you don't have to. Follow along to see me succeed, because I will. But shit is hard.
Hey guys, happy new year, happy 2026. Unfortunately, I'm off to a very rough start because I did get laid off. Yeah, so for me, I've always really struggled with my mental health and depression. I literally can't stop crying, but on the off chance that one person relates to this, I'm gonna keep going. Over the past few months, I have been honestly really happy. I got to go to work every day and be creative and essentially what felt like just like laugh with my friends. Okay, this was definitely a little bit premature to record, but it's just authentic, whatever. So now without like a job and routine, stability, whatever, I know that I'm going to be very alone. I'm terrified that I'm going to slip into a depression that I don't know I'll be able to pull myself out of. And that's really scary. This is humiliating. Okay, I had to take a minute break, but I'm back to the point, which is I want to do a TikTok series of like my unemployment adventures. I won't have a reason to leave the house, put on clothes, like wash my face. Like, it's a slippery slope. So I'm thinking that a series that I can post every day, I don't even, maybe once a week, I don't even know, I don't care, just like some reason for me to leave the house or do anything. Otherwise, I could genuinely see myself sleeping until 3 p.m. and hating myself. So I need ideas of what I can do during my unemployment. I have a few written down. I want to learn to watercolor. I got this actually before I was unemployed, so it's great, but a little watercolor workbook. I'm gonna learn to watercolor. It's gonna be great. Unfortunately, my list is majority things that I would still do alone, which is still helpful, but my biggest thing is I'm going to be lonely and depressed, so I need more ideas. I want to learn the piano. We got a keyboard last year and I haven't learned it yet. I want to start a podcast with Robbie and Maddie, who are also laid off. So maybe that'll be really fun. That'll be great. So if you have any ideas of how to honestly battle depression in times of need, let me know. That's all. Even though I have been in tears, if you are going through something similar, just know you're not alone. And I'm right here experiencing it too, so we can do it together. Anyway, let me know your ideas because Lord knows I need them. Yeah, that's it. Bye.
I'm at this point in my job search where I'm so sick and tired of corporate America, it makes me sick to my stomach. I feel like I'm begging to get a job and to be picked. And it blows my mind when people are like, reach out to the recruiters on LinkedIn, reach out to try to network. It feels like high school. Why am I begging people to hire me and trying to show them my value? It feels sickening. And then seeing all these companies just do mass layoffs and all I do is apply for jobs all day. And I took a $15 pay cut to be able to survive. And I feel like I just cannot do it anymore. I don't want to work for another company to give me a salary to live off of them. They own me, really, is what it comes down to. And I have to figure something else out. Because I sell vintage kids' clothes on the side, and that's great. But that's not cutting it for me. I need to figure something else out where I'm in control of my own money. I don't want to go back to corporate America. It's making me so sick, especially because I used to work in tech. And I feel like the tech industry is just so gross because you either have someone who's making money and they're like, you guys aren't doing it right. Like, I don't fucking know. They're just so disgusting. Or they're being laid off like crazy. And I think so many people have had these rude awakenings where it's like, you don't matter to these companies. And they don't have like a personality outside of their work. And I'm like, I don't need to beg someone to think that I'm valuable and that I have a lot to offer. Because I built myself up to where I got to because of the things I've been through in life, from my life experiences, because I had no choice and I still have no choice. But thinking of just continuously fighting for a job in this job market feels exhausting. It's exhausting and I don't want to do it anymore. I'm over it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Is my company shutting down? Okay, it's almost 8:30. We usually have an HR meeting. Canceled. We got told from one of our East Coast managers to cancel all interviews for today. Now, in place of that meeting, mandatory meeting company update with a bunch of people on it. I'm about to be jobless for the holidays. Okay, I'm about to log on, so we'll see. Wish me luck.
All right, I have really bad news, everybody. Effectively, immediately, ceasing all operations. We have sent the call centers homes on the east. We're filing for bankruptcy.
For the people that we did have onboarding, are we calling them and telling them this, or is HR doing that?
That is a good question.
We're really frustrated, then just name it. If you feel like you're in a shock, or just recognize where you are, because it mirrors the process of going through grief. So just take care of yourself like you have lost something, because you have. We all have. Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Thanks.
So pissed.
I know.
Like, I'm actually so heated. And I'm just like...
We knew.
We talked about it.
No.
You just get your nails done again. They're so cute.
No, I'm getting them done on Thursday, but maybe I should cancel because I'm not going to have any more money.
No, literally.
No, like actually though.
No, actually.
No, actually.
It hasn't opened yet, but
Yeah.
it's leading to a door that's about to open for all of us. And
No,
I know
I feel you.
super...
We were really hating it. I feel like we were starting, honestly, to get like really...
No, I was like crying.
Like bitter and even yesterday for me, I was like at a breaking point with, and it's like the smallest things, but
Really, like yesterday was rough for me. Yesterday was super rough for me, and I was even saying like, should I just quit without a job? And it's like, well, don't have to.
The universe did it for you, baby.
So I lost my job today, and what I find frustrating is I called my dad to let him know that I lost my job, and you know what happened? Instead of him saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart," what does he say? So now you can purchase that item I need you to buy for me and your brother so that we can start making money and we can help. Bruh, no. For a year, my dad's been trying to get me to purchase a machine thing that costs like 4 G's. He wants me to put it on my credit card because they don't have the money. And he's like, we're going to make all this money if we just have this machine. No. I called you for comfort, and all you can think about is making money. I lost my job today. And you want me to charge up money so that you can make money? And I don't know how I'm going to pay that charge? Child, get out of here. So my answer to your request, Dad, is no.
And another thing, if it's a Workday job application, you do not have to worry about me. What do you mean I have to create a new account every time I apply for a new job through Workday? And on top of that, I have to put in my work experience manually, even though I'm literally submitting my resume. And yes, maybe it's a minor inconvenience and I should shut the hell up and just apply, but it fucking sucks when you apply and hear back from 0.000000001 of your applications anyway. So no, I do not want to waste my fucking time.
Am I the only person who's having the problem of trying to find a job? I've had my CNA license since last year of November, and I still do not have a CNA job. I've applied for literally every single thing. even the ones that require to work with adults, even though I do not want to work with adults. But I've applied for everything, even to work in nursing homes, even though everybody says stay away from nursing homes. But I've applied there, and I've been getting nothing but denied, or they're just ghost jobs. Like, where are y'all finding jobs? Then I seen stuff about traveling CNAs. You need experience. How am I going to apply for an agency if I can't even get the CNA job or the experience? How are you guys saying you're hiring for CNA, nursing, whatever it is, but you're not hiring anybody? I'm stuck right now. What's the point of me getting degrees and stuff if I can't get a job?
So I was speaking with someone who was telling me that they were laid off from the banking industry. They had made it all the way up to a senior vice president role, and their position was eliminated. And they have been applying for roles in healthcare. And she specifically said, even with the most entry-level positions, I'm not getting calls for. What am I doing wrong? What's the problem? Red flag. Just because you're pivoting industries does not mean you have to take a pay cut. And my thing is, what are your transferable skills? Are you still trying to use your senior vice president operational skills in healthcare? You could definitely use that, but you have to convey it correctly. So what we're failing to realize is that each industry have similar roles, but different titles. Let me break it down. A teacher in the education industry may be called a trainer in another industry, or an instructional designer in another industry, or a foreman, or a lead supervisor, or a customer success manager. All of these things mean that they oversee some type of educational or training materials. So when we're pivoting industries, or when we recently got demoted or fired, let's log into our virtual briefcase and pull out those skills that we want to use and figure out what the industry that you're targeting calls these skills. And then market yourself directly for those roles.
After finishing this entire video, I'm really concerned about our future, the future of this country and the future of this country's economy, and whether the economy we know and now that's human dependent, that's based on humans, will still exist into the future. And what will humans do in the future if that doesn't exist? For instance, to use as an example, in a lot of countries in Asia right now, there's already a trend that the so-called gig economy, like Uber drivers, the equivalents, and food delivery drivers have been increasing exponentially. And, so have the amount of people trying to make a living off of social media by posting videos on TikTok and other platforms. These so-called gig economy workers or self-employed people, the number has absolutely skyrocketed. But that has caused a huge problem because let's imagine, a company that's similar to Uber would used to pay you, say, $20 an hour. Well, now you're providing twice as many people applying to be a Uber driver. Then in that case, the company is likely to lower the hourly wage from 20 to about 10 or to $12. And that's been the case throughout Asia, that the amount these drivers are getting paid just keeps getting lower and lower, and their pay keep getting squeezed just because every year there's a greater number of drivers entering this gig economy because they cannot find a long-term, work anywhere else. That's going to be a really sad reality because I know some of these drivers, they have to drive for over 100 hours a week, only get paid around $1,400 USD, and that number is only going lower due to how many more people are trying to get into this food delivering gig economy business. And unfortunately, I think that might be the direction we're heading in America as well. Because if you look at the statistics, the official numbers just don't line up with people's lived reality right now. The fact is, a lot of jobs, especially good paying white collar work, is gradually getting automated away by technology, by AI development. And this trend is only accelerating. For instance, the CEO of Anthropic said that in 5 years, 50% of white-collar entry-level jobs will be replaced by AI. Now, I just looked up the number. That number accounts to be almost 10 million jobs. That's going to be 10 million people that's going to be affected and not having a job. What are those people going to do to make a living? I mean, are they going to enter the gig economy? Are they going to try to do social media and try to make it work like some people have said in this video? Maybe that's the direction, that's the future that we're heading towards, but it's kind of a bleak future. It's kind of a future of uncertainty, in my opinion. It's really, I'm quite pessimistic about it, actually. And I wonder if the wealth created by AI, the effects, the positive effects, will trump the negatives of mass unemployment and people not needed for those roles and getting laid off from jobs they worked at for, decades in the past, and as well as the impact it's going to have on the human psyche, to think that they're no longer needed by society essentially to do any necessary work. I mean, how are people going to feel, and how are people going to raise their families and instill good values? And what are those values even in this future? I don't know what to think about this. I'm kind of worried. What do you guys think about this situation? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you.